Every year, we welcome January 1 with celebrations, creative and passionate resolutions. But do you know why 1st of January of all the days marks the start of our year? Let's find out in this video. Many early civilizations had their own ways of calculating days and months and their own calendar formats. This was mostly based on their religious, agricultural and political systems. However, the current calendar format evolved initially from Roman civilization. In Roman civilization during 753 BCE, the first king of Rome, Romulus, created a calendar which had 10 months starting from March to December. This calendar was simple yet practical, marking a 10-month year tied closely to the cycles of farming and warfare. At the end of these 10 months, there were around 60 to 70 days of winter which were not assigned any name. These days were a natural downtime as there was less agricultural activity and fewer military campaigns. But this was not a stabilized way of tracking the years. So the second king of Rome, Numa Pompilius, assigned 2 months to these unaccounted days. These were January and February. Originally, January and February were placed at the end of the calendar. But later, after several centuries, due to political reasons, the Roman Senate decided to move them to the beginning of the year. They thought that they could use this idle time to elect new members for the next year's parliament. And then after several centuries, Julius Caesar came to power. During his reign, he spent a couple of years in Egypt where he became aware of Egypt's fixed-length 365-day solar calendar. So he returned to Rome and he put together a council of the best physicists, mathematicians and Greek astronomers, and this committee came up with a new calendar called the Julian calendar. This Julian calendar combined the Roman month names, the solar calendar concept of the Egyptians, and the 365 and a quarter days known by the Greek astronomers. This Julian calendar was published in 46 BCE. The year already had 355 days based on the old calendar, and to reform it to the new Julian calendar, 10 days had to be added, which would make it up to a total of 365 days. They also identified that the seasons and the calendar were out of alignment by 3 months. So Julius Caesar added 90 days to this year 46 BCE, extending that year to 445 days. This was the longest year ever lived in the history of mankind. This was also referred to as the last year of confusion. So since the next year, 45 BCE, Julian calendar was followed for 16 centuries. However, there was a slight miscalculation in Julian calendar. It had an overestimation of 11 minutes per year. So over a period of 16 centuries, this overestimation grew to 10 days. So in 1582, Pope Gregory XIII corrected this error by redefining leap year rules, and he published a new calendar called the Gregorian calendar. It is this Gregorian calendar that is currently followed by most countries all over the world. Beyond the adjustments and reforms, the names of the months themselves hold fascinating stories. Let's start from the first formed calendar. In Romulus' calendar, the first month was March or Martius, named after Mars, god of war. Second month Aprilis derived from the Latin word aprire, meaning to open, symbolizing spring blossoms. Third month Maius or May, named after Maya, goddess of growth. Fourth month Junius or June celebrates Juno, the goddess of marriage. Fifth month was Quintilis, derived from Quintus, meaning fifth month, which was later named July or Julius to honor Julius Caesar when he created the Julian calendar. Sixth month was Sextilis, derived from Sextus, meaning sixth month, which was later named to Augustus to honor Augustus Caesar for his contributions. Seventh month September from septem, meaning 7. Eighth month October from octo, meaning 8. Ninth month November from Novem, meaning 9, and 10th month December from Decem, meaning 10. Later, when January and February were added to the start of the calendar, the numerical names September to December no longer matched their positions, because according to the new format, September was the 9th month, but its name meant 7th month. But they were still retained as such for tradition. So February derives its name from the Roman festival of purification, Februa. And January was named to honor Janus, the god of doors, gateways and passages. Janus, with his 2 faces, symbolizes looking back at the old year and looking forward to the new. So let's look forward to the new year and new beginnings. Thank you for watching this video. Do watch out this space for more such mythological and historical content.